Hello! In this video, we will talk about the cost of wandering mind. Research shows that people are actually less happy when their minds are wandering, no matter what they're doing. In a large study by Harvard psychologists, volunteers reported that their thoughts were off topic almost half the time, and all that mind wandering typically made them unhappy. As the scientists summed it up, a human mind is a wandering mind, and a wandering mind is an unhappy mind. Even daydreams that are pleasant don't boost our mood as much as simply being fully present in what we're doing. In fact, imagining a nice getaway while you're ironing a shirt still leaves you less happy than if you focus on the ironing itself. In other words, we feel more content when thought and action align, even if the action is as mundane as washing dishes. Think about it in your own life. Eating a meal while scrolling on your phone means you barely notice the taste. Talking with a loved one while mentally rehearsing tomorrow's meeting weakens the connection with that person. Walking in the park while worrying about bills makes you miss the warm sunshine and the birds singing. We lose so many rich details of life when we're lost in thought. Have you ever driven home on autopilot and realized you remember almost nothing of the trip? That autopilot mind state gets us safely from A to B, but we disconnect from the actual experience of driving, the changing sky, the scenery, even the feel of the steering wheel. In daily life, operating on autopilot can have downsides. When we're not really present, we're more likely to slip into unwise habits or reactions without realizing it. For example, when we are stressed and running on autopilot, we might overreact to minor annoyances, snapping at someone or getting upset, without even being aware we're doing it. In the same way, being on autopilot makes it easy to fall into mindless behaviors like reaching for a snack or scrolling social media out of habit. We can polish off a bag of chips before we even notice, only realizing afterwards that we ate far more than we intended. The autopilot mode isn't always harmful. Indeed, it allows us to perform routine tasks efficiently. But if we live too much of our day in this semi-absent state, we miss out on life and often reinforce the very habits that cause us stress. Modern technology certainly doesn't help our wandering minds. In the age of constant notifications, our attention is under siege. One famous study found that office workers are interrupted by others, emails, or themselves roughly every 11 minutes on average. And after an interruption, it can take over 20 minutes to fully regain focus on the original task. No wonder our brains feel like an overloaded computer with too many tabs open. We hop from thought to thought, task to task, and end the day mentally exhausted. The monkey mind, overstimulated by phones and multitasking, jumps even faster from branch to branch. We hardly get a moment of sustained quiet. Over time, this fragmented way of living can leave us feeling depleted, anxious, and disconnected from ourselves. Perhaps the most universal experience of the monkey mind is the incessant inner chatter, the running commentary in our heads. It's like a radio in the mind that never stops playing. We all have this inner voice that comments on everything, criticizes us and others, plans the future, rehashes the past, and generally makes a lot of noise. It's so constant that we often take it for granted. Psychologist Charles Fernyhough has likened the average person's inner speech to an ongoing radio show that never turns off, covering everything from trivial to troubling. Indeed, our minds love to chatter, and much of it is not very helpful. We judge ourselves, imagine worst-case scenarios, or replay old regrets. This mental radio can be especially harsh. Many of us have an inner critic commentator that can fill us with anxiety or doubt. We must note that practice of mindfulness helps us to listen this inner chattering differently. Thank you.